Hey everybody! I was just watching some videos with people talking about their New Year's resolutions, and I was thinking, I don't think I've ever even made a New Year's resolution. So my thought was, why do you wait until New Year's to make a resolution on something that you need to change? Why not just work on it when it needs to be changed? Like if you know something needs to be done, why do you wait? Because usually, and I think it's kind of human nature, is, example, if you know you're going to start a diet, and I'm not one that's big on dieting, I've counted my calories for as far back as I can remember, but if you're going to start a diet, most people will binge right beforehand, right up until the diet. So it's kind of counterproductive because you'll actually gain a few more pounds before you start your diet. And I don't know, because like I said, I'm not one to make New Year's resolutions, but wouldn't you do the same thing if you're doing a New Year's resolution with whatever your commitment is that you're wanting to change at New Year's? Do you sabotage yourself ahead of time up until then? Because most people, when they make that resolution, the ones I've heard, it's usually along the lines of either losing weight or stopping smoking or getting in shape. There's one, because I teach yoga and I used to teach aerobics for over 20 years now. I've been part-time, on the side in the fitness industry. I always notice that the beginning of the year there's always a big influx of new members, and they only stick around for a couple months and then you never see them again. And it's people who they'll tell you they made a New Year's resolution and then they disappear, because working out is one of those things that if you haven't made it a lifelong commitment, it's just a lifestyle really. It's not something that's easy to just pick up and start doing it. Even my husband, I met him in aerobics. I was my husband's aerobics instructor. 2 or 3 year span that he did not work out at all. Gained a lot of weight. I mean, not a lot, I shouldn't say a lot. He gained, I think maybe he gained about 20 pounds, I guess. No, it was more than that. Anyway, he started working out again, and now though it's been about 2 months, he's like off the wagon again, and he hasn't said much about it lately. He was saying, oh, I got to get back in the gym. Like, there was something. He's the president of our homeowners association, and he was busy with, we had the roads repaved, and it was during that time that he didn't go to the gym for a couple weeks, and it seems since then he hasn't gotten motivated to get back in there. So, it has been sort of, he said he's always been that way though. He's kind of like on again, off again with it. I personally, when I had my daughter, I took 2 weeks off. She's almost 17. That's the longest period of time I ever went without working out. Even now with the fibromyalgia, I can't do anywhere near the intensity I used to, but by golly, I'm going to be working out. I don't think so. And, okay, I'm going to tell you something embarrassing about myself. Okay, Derek asked in one of his videos, want to know your most embarrassing moment. I can't tell my most embarrassing, but I can tell this is sort of embarrassing. And that one of the other videos, when he questioned my why I didn't have a southern accent when I live in the South, and I was making fun of the people in Lake County that I went to school with, because my parents moved us to Lake County when I was 14, and it was like culture shock. What I did not say was they moved us to this tiny little hick town called Astor. And I mean, it was literally, you blink, you miss it. There was nothing there. I lived there for 4 years. But in 1986, I won Miss Astor. And when my husband found that out, his response was, what was the requirement? Teeth? What a nice guy. I married him. It's like, no, there were 8 contestants, thank you very much. Anyway, that's how I started teaching aerobics, was that was my community service. Okay, now you know something really embarrassing about me. And you may not appreciate that if you aren't familiar with Astor in itself, to say that I was actually Miss Astor. 21 years ago. Man, I'm old. Oh, and for the record, for the people who keep posting comments, I think my cat's trying to get in. Not that one, the other one. Somebody has posted a couple times in comments on my videos something about me being old. There is no button there that you can push. I wouldn't go back to being younger for anything. As far as I'm concerned, being a teenager is just traumatizing, and then early 20s anyway are rough. You have no money and you're still getting your bearings and figuring things out. And anyway, I wouldn't want to be younger again for anything. Sorry, no button for you to push there, guys. Whatever, say all you want. One of my subscribers defended me though. Thank you. Who was that? I should probably give you a little shout out. Let's see how quick I can find him. Okay, I'll talk about something else while I see who that was. I was also thinking that I'm going to get some footage of Bike Week and Spring Break, if I can, which will be coming up in the next 2 months, February and March. I'll have the Spring Breaks and Bike Week. I will not be able to get Black College Reunion. If anybody wants that, I'm sorry, but I can't. Because the entire peninsula, the beach side, which is the section between the river and the ocean in this whole section of Florida, will be gridlocked. I don't know why, but they get out of their cars like in the middle of the street and party like in the street. And the city even has to close down some of the bridges because emergency vehicles can't even get over to the beach side to help if there are any problems, because people just leave their cars sitting in the middle of the street. I have no idea why. I don't go over there during that time. That's BCR, and it's only a weekend. BCR is only one weekend, where all the other spring breaks are a week at a time, and Bike Week is a week. In BCR, you get too many people trying to cram all their partying into one weekend, and it's just, the traffic is a nightmare. So I can't do that. But I can definitely do Bike Week, because my dad has a Harley, and I'll just call Daddy and see if he'll take me over to Main Street, and I'll get some pictures for you of the skanky, nasty women, old ladies in thongs with their saggy butts hanging out. Won't that be pleasant? I will not take pictures of the naked coleslaw wrestling. So if anybody is familiar with Bike Week, I'm not going to Sopotnik's Cabbage Patch and doing anything anywhere near the coleslaw wrestling. Yes, they do that. I've never been. I've heard stories, and these stories were worse than the furthest thing that my imagination could ever imagine. So like, think of the worst thing that you could think of people doing in public with coleslaw, and it's worse than that. Okay? Those are the stories I heard. I won't even repeat the stories. They're so nasty. I wouldn't even repeat them to my husband. I was like, what they told me the people were doing in front of other people was just give me the creeps just thinking about it. I wish I didn't know. Let's put it that way. I wish I'd never been told. But I will go to Main Street. I don't think I'll be able to go to the new Destination Daytona, which is where the new Harley dealership is. They moved it out to the outskirts of town, so that the traffic wasn't also congested in one area. But you'll see a big difference in the traffic. A whole lot more people. It's unbelievable how many motorcycles show up. Unless the weather's bad. If we have bad weather, then we don't have as many. Okay, I was supposed to be looking for that guy. I don't know where it is.